Hello and welcome to the Discover History channel. And if you remember yesterday, we asked you to get some cardboard, scissors, pen, glue, and a stick of some description. I prefer to use a kebab stick, but if you don't have one of those, I'm sure you will find one either outside in the garden, or you may even have a straw in a cupboard at home. Remember, do not go out. In the garden's fine, but don't disappear into town or anything like that. Remember, the government has said stay indoors. So this weekend, we're going to make a craft. If you're watching this, it's Saturday, and you can spend all day Saturday making it. If not, and you've just picked this up, do it on Sunday. Relax, have a relaxing Sunday. Make one of these things and impress your friends. Remember, whenever you make anything, please share the photographs with us. We want to see what you've been doing and how good your games and activities are compared with ours. So we ask you to get those things together. Hopefully you've done that. And what you'll need to do first of all is cut the cardboard into one strip. So take the cardboard, cut one strip. So you're talking something like that basically. That's all you need, one little strip. And then once you've cut out the strip, fold the strip in half like that. So one strip out of the cardboard, cut it, and then fold it in half. Then what I want you to do is take hold of a pen and draw a circle on that cardboard. So you should end up with something like that. So it's quite simple. Strip of cardboard, fold it in half, draw a circle on it. Once you've done that, you will then need to cut out the circle, and because you folded it in half, what you're going to end up with is two identical circles, and that's very, very important. So if you're quite young and you're not that experienced at using scissors, find an adult to help you and carefully cut out that circle. You will therefore have two individual little circles like that, and this is where you've got to be creative. Take your pen and on the one circle draw a little cage. Now the activity that we're doing is actually something that the Victorians did. So what you will need to do is do a cage in the Victorian style. So don't think of a modern cage. Think of the sort of cages that some people had birds in years ago. So there's a little loop at the top to hang it up, and then you've got the cage and then the floor of the cage. So it needs to be quite an old-fashioned Victorian style cage to keep animals in. Once you've drawn the one circle, you then need to draw on the other circle. And in this one, I have done a little silhouette of a bird. Now I have seen these before with little rats or mice in them. It is completely up to you really. It would look a bit odd if you do an elephant or a horse, because obviously that would look very strange inside a cage. But all you need to do is do a little bird on one circle of cardboard and the cage on the other. So hopefully you are keeping up. So all you should have now are these two circles. Once you've done that, you need to take the glue. Take the glue and completely cover one of the circles, the back of one of the circles, completely in glue. Then you need to take your stick, your straw, or even a kebab stick, that's what I always use, place it inside the centre, but make sure the bird or the cage is up the right way, because it's going to look a bit odd. So make sure, for example, the stick goes just there. Take the other circle and you sandwich that stick in the middle. So you should end up with something like that. One stick, cardboard with glue on, for example with the bird in, and then glued to the back is the cage, a Victorian styled cage. And this is actually something known as a thaumatrope. And a thaumatrope is actually an optical illusion or little bit of animation really. It's things like this that will lead to television, believe it or not. If anyone's ever saw animation done where you draw a little picture, alter it slightly, stop animation, for example, that comes from this. So all these things that we have today, like computers, like the television, like the video that you're watching now, started life really as very basic drawings. Now what you have to remember is in the 19th century, people were only used to seeing, for example, still pictures, paintings. If they went to an art gallery or a museum at the time, they would find paintings. They don't do anything. They're just drawings, they're oils, they're all sorts of paintings that don't move. And this is a picture that's going to move, and that is quite an amazing thing. And as you can see, this is something that leads on to animation and then eventually film. So you're probably thinking, how does it work? Very simple. You place your hands around the stick as if you're about to start clapping, very much like we do on a Thursday night to thank the NHS. So you put your hands either side of the stick, and all you need to do is rub your hands backwards and forwards as if you are trying to keep your hands warm on a cold day. If you want to, start slowly, like I will, and then eventually you can do it really, really fast and impress your friends. And what's going to happen is, because it's moving so quickly, the bird in this case will look as if it's inside the cage. Are you ready for a demonstration? So we're going to start slow and you'll be able to see how it works. So the bird and the cage, the bird and the cage. And then if you do it faster, hopefully you can see that in the video, it will actually look as if you've captured the bird in the cage. And that is quite an amazing thing. In a period where, for example, photographs was relatively new, still again, going to a museum and looking at works of art, once again, very static. This is a picture which is moving. This will lead to animation and eventually films and videos that we all know today. It's quite an amazing thing. Things have to start somewhere. So hopefully you've made one of those. Colour it in if you want to. Make it as extravagant and exciting as you want it. If you want to have, for example, a tiny little little Alf, or maybe even a little gnome, or even a little bird or anything like that, do whatever you want. Be really creative. Draw it on the one side and then the cage on the other. We would like you to post onto, for example, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or just drop us an email and show us how you've done yours. Let's see them a little bit more exciting than a little silhouette of a bird and a cage. Mine's quite boring if you ask me, but we want to see your versions. Have fun, stay in, stay safe, and let us know how you got on. See you soon. Bye.